All right, last shout out. So we have Mr. Reynolds who donated, and Zach again donated a
Cool.
three-figure amount, putting me in a bind to evaluate DXG version 2.0. But anyway, so that is our last session. We have our Hackathon awards right now, and once that's done, we have a closing, and then you guys are free to go. So let me share my other presentation. All right. So we've been running the Sitecore Hackathon for a while now. Started in 2014 when there were only like 11 teams. And then now it's grown. So every year we've been getting more and more, you know, participants from different countries, and it's grown to quite a few countries, over 23 this past time. So what was interesting is usually for a hackathon, people predict or expect certain uh, categories to be in. Usually they are pretty broad. Sometimes we've tried to throw a curveball into making them specific or giving a specific idea for each of the technologies to be used. This year we went a whole different approach. We wanted to actually throw a million curveballs. So we came up with, oh, look at that. Hold on. I didn't count for the home phone ringing.
Geez, who has a home phone?
Yes.
He only
Um,
needs it for his fax machine.
that's right. I have to fax it everywhere. And I have to write, I have to send checks. Anywho, so we came up with this ideas which let you use any technology you wanted, but it told you the end goal of what we wanted. So as you imagined, the meetup was going through a phase where they started charging for, RSVPs, and user groups had a tough time coping up with that. They found different avenues to circumvent that. Then we thought, marketplace, which hasn't been changed in a long time. What would that be? How would you know a Sitecore Hackathon website rewrite would be, and let your imagination run wild. So in order to do that, I usually have a bunch of cohorts, all pretty gentlemen, and Una right there. There's something beeping. I don't know from whose feed. But anyway, so we have our community judges. Each has their own strengths. They jump in at different points in time, making it look seamless. But at the end of the day, we have to come out with, if you imagine from creating repositories for 100 odd teams, um, giving them access to a couple of hundred users in GitHubs, dealing with their invitations, dealing with the whole social, getting the submissions in, seeing if there's any process to be streamlined. Once you get the submissions, then the disqualification time comes, which is the most exciting for Mike and a few other judges. But essentially, at that time, we're basically looking to see what was asked of them, what are the requirements, and if they have satisfied those minimum requirements. So, like, have a video, is the source code, checked in before a certain amount of time. Documentation, things like that. So if all of that checks out, then they make it to the list, and each of these guys go at it and start judging the entries. So this time, unlike last time, we had different categories and winner per category. We have a first, second, and third place. For the third place, the winner is already tired, and it's Adam. The one-man band. Just as a reminder, each team member gets 200 bucks for the winning teams. So Adam, congratulations. There's his GitHub repo at the bottom. If you don't know a specific GitHub repo, You could always go to github.com/Sitecore Hackathon with a hyphen between Sitecore and Hackathon, and you'll find repositories there for the past couple of years. There's a humongous amount of code, and sometimes I go in there to refer to a couple of entries in there which I find useful. The second prize winner, I don't have any drum roll or sound effects, but is Katsu from Jordan. Again, these guys are the marketplace module is what they wrote. Again, their GitHub repo is right there. We'll be posting. There's already a link on the Sitecore Hackathon website for the videos which were submitted. We'll try to put up the winner pages and their GitHub repo on there. And finally, the first place winner is X Team from the US. That was for the marketplace module as well. And all of these guys put in a ton of work. It is not easy. A Sitecore Hackathon is a lot of fun, but at the same time, it takes a lot out of you staying up 24 hours now, although you don't have to stay up the entire 24 hours. People do spend quite a bit of time. So thank you to all the teams who participated. Thank you for all the submissions. And you can find more info for the hackathon on the Sitecore Hackathon website. Now for the closing.
Drum roll, please.
Closing? What do you need a drum roll for that?
Sounded good.
Oh, sounded good. All right. So thanks again for all the attendees, presenters, and organizers of the first Global Virtual SUGCON. I would say that this is a huge success. We had a ton of people who were presenting, a lot of people watching it. So we'll try to see if we can get the videos out there if no technical difficulties. Again, urge you guys to donate to this. It is a great cause if you can. We no longer have that because it's shut down.
When is the donations page closing? I was asked that.
There is no end date, to be honest, so it will be left open as far as I know, unless Ben, if there's an end date to that, or is it an open?
Last time I checked, it told me it ended like 2 weeks ago. So.
Oh.
Well, but it's still there. I'll leave it up. Maybe we can get some more donations off of the recordings. I don't know.
Yeah. So hopefully
maybe recordings, maybe off the Sitecore lunches.
Yeah, we could probably get a few more. We reached halfway through anyway, so 10,000 was a stretch goal, but
maybe if we reach the goal, then the recordings will work, right?
Yeah, probably.
Maybe,
you want the videos?
Maybe
by tomorrow morning.
Earlier.
Yeah, if this is 7,500 by tomorrow morning, maybe the videos will start appearing. How about that? We just did the Sitecore Hackathon Awards. These are the prettiness who I had the pleasure of working with to get this up and running and out the door. Ben enjoying his brewski. Anyways, I'll read out the names, but so myself, Anandita, Ben, Bruce, Gopi, Jason, Camrose, Mike Shaw, Mike Reynolds, and Una. Thank you to everyone again at Sitecore who helped us with the emails and social push and the GoToWebinar as well. That's about it. It's a wrap. It's been a really long 24 hours, but we covered a lot and did a lot in it. We had one technical difficulty, 1.5 heart attacks. I'll let the other organizers on this call say stuff before we sign off. No one?
Well,
they're gone real quiet.
You made me
I just want to thank everybody for attending. If it weren't for the community being so close knit and as expansive as it is now, this would never have happened. It is kind of weird that we're doing this online and not in person as we normally would, but that just shows you this, solidarity of the Sitecore community, because we can even come together even in times of turmoil like this really quickly. So seriously.
Just want to say thank you to all the presenters There were some amazing sessions. I definitely learned a lot. I watched most of them. We had a lot of submissions, right? We had well over 100 submissions. It was really difficult to narrow those down, and then even more difficult to narrow those down again to just 24 submissions. I think if it was an in-person conference, we would have had the multiple tracks. It would have been much easier for us to have get that list from all the submissions that we had. So I want to thank all the speakers. They spent a lot of time, a lot of effort. You can tell from the quality of the talks. And we pulled this together in not that much time ourselves, so that didn't give them too much time to prepare either. So they all did an amazing job.
Yeah, I echo that sentiment. Thanks to all the presenters and as well as the rest of the organizers. This is a fantastic community, and I, for one, really enjoy attending the SUGCONs in person, and especially the ones in Europe, because those are the folks that I get to see less often than the folks in the States. So having the one SUGCON in the spring canceled is kind of a bummer. So it was a nice opportunity it was nice that we could get this together kind of as quickly as we did. So
yeah, definitely back up all those sentiments. Thanks to all the presenters. Thanks to the amazing organising crew. Akshay, you're a legend, mate. You're like a machine. You just keep going. I don't know how that works, but just fantastic work. And I think we probably deserve, let's just give everyone a round of applause. Yay!
Benjamin.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for attending. Thanks to all the presenters again. Thanks Akshay and all of our site core peeps that helped us and set up the webinar for us. Thanks to everybody who donated. If you still would like to, it will remain open, as we said. Happy birthday, Mike.
Happy birthday, Mike.
Happy birthday, Mr. Wizard.
I mean,
Happy birthday to you.
happy birthday, Junkie.
Gopi, are you on? Do you want to say a couple of words?
Same thing again.
Same thing.
Yeah. Thank you all for 1 second. Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah, give me space. I was just currently watching everything from morning. I was busy with work. But again, thank you mainly for the presenters. Like they were able to put up very good presentations. As Cam said, like even I was able to learn a lot from all the presentations. And big thanks to all the attendees. Without them, obviously, nothing would have happened. Yep.
Awesome. That's a wrap, guys. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your day and a good weekend to you guys.
Looking forward to doing this in person next time.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
Yep.
You guys. Bye.
Stay safe, everybody.